In the remote villages of northern Iran, winter arrives with a fierce beauty. Here, this is Grandma Zari. For over 7 winters, she has kept the old ways alive, teaching her Today, as snow blankets the village, Grandma Zari will show us how her people have survived these mountains for centuries. Inside, the family gathers. The contrast is striking. Outside, the unforgiving cold. The first task of the day begins with something most of us have never seen: making butter the way it was done 1,000 years ago.
Grandma Zari pours fresh yogurt into the clay jar, a vessel older than she is, passed down through her family for generations.
The process requires strength, rhythm, and patience. Grandma Zari has done this thousands of times, but
she rocks the jar with a steady rhythm, back and forth, back and forth. This motion will continue for
Inside the jar, a transformation is happening. The fat molecules in the yogurt begin to cluster together, forming what will become fresh butter.
Her granddaughter tends the fire. Every task here is connected. The warmth that comforts them will soon cook their food.
The fire crackles and breathes. In this home, fire is not just heat. It's the heart of survival, the center of life.
Grandma Zari checks the consistency with practiced eyes. She can tell by the sound, by the weight, by the... After nearly an hour of work, the butter is ready. Golden, fresh, and pure. This is butter as it was meant to be.
after nearly an hour of work, the butter is ready. Golden, fresh, and pure. This is butter as it was meant to be.
There's a quiet pride in her eyes. This simple act connects her to every grandmother before her, stretching back centuries.
There's a quiet pride in her eyes. This simple act connects her to every grandmother before her, stretching back centuries.
This butter will be used in today's cooking, and some will be saved for a special traditional dessert that...
While the butter rests, the granddaughters begin the next task, preparing rice for a traditional sweet dish.
But first, the rice must be broken down. There are no electric grinders here, only stone, muscle, and time.
The pestle is heavy, carved from mountain stone generations ago. Each strike requires strength and precision.
The rhythm echoes through the house, a sound that has marked time in these mountains for centuries.
It takes nearly 20 minutes of continuous pounding to break the rice down properly. A meditation in motion.
The sisters take turns, sharing the burden. This is how traditions survive, not
The rice is not ground to powder. Some texture must remain. This gives the final dish its unique character. Grandma Zari pours fresh milk into the iron pot. This milk came from their own animals just this morning. The milk begins to warm, steam rising into the cold air. Soon it will receive the broken rice.
The crushed rice meets the milk. Now comes the waiting, the stirring, the watching, the slow transformation.
Grandma Zari stirs slowly, patiently. She knows exactly when to add the sugar, when to adjust the fire.
Sugar, precious and sweet, is added now. Not too much, just enough to honor the natural flavors without overwhelming them.
This is more than cooking, it's teaching. Every stir, every measurement, every moment is a...
Now begins the preparation of a special bread, one designed to give strength and warmth during the harshest winter days.
The secret ingredient is fenugreek, a bitter herb that grows wild in these mountains. Dried and powdered, it is...
Pictures. Grandma Zari crushes the dried leaves by hand, releasing their earthy, slightly bitter aroma. The granddaughter prepares dates, nature's candy, grown in the desert valleys below. The dates are mashed into a sticky paste, thick, sweet, and rich with natural sugar that will give energy to work through the cold.
The flour is ready, ground from wheat grown in nearby fields. Into its center, the special ingredients will be mixed.
The date paste goes in first, sweetness mixing with the neutral flour. Grandma Zari's hands work the dough with practiced efficiency.
Now the fenugreek powder, dark as midnight, bitter as medicine. This is what transforms ordinary bread into winter survival food.
The kneading begins. Push, fold, turn. Push, fold, turn. The rhythm is ancient.
Slowly, the colors merge. What was separate becomes one, just like the ingredients of...
Grandma Zari shows her granddaughter exactly how large each portion should be. Not too big, not too small, just right for the clay oven.
The dough rests now, allowing the gluten to relax. Soon, these humble balls will become...
The tandoor has been heating for hours. Built from clay and earth, it holds heat like... The tandoor has been heating for hours. Built from clay and earth, it holds heat like nothing modern can
Inside the tandoor, temperatures reach over 480 degrees Celsius. The clay walls absorb and...
The dough is stretched by hand, not rolled, but pulled with fingers and palms. This technique creates...
The dough is stretched by hand, not rolled, but pulled with fingers and palms. This technique...
With practiced precision, she slaps the dough against the tandoor's inner wall.
The bread begins to transform immediately. Bubbles form and burst. The surface browns and chars in beautiful patterns.
Each bubble tells a story. Trapped air expanding, moisture turning to steam, sugars caramelizing.
Grandma Zari watches carefully. She knows the exact moment when the bread is ready, not by time.
Using a long hook, she carefully peels the bread from the wall.
One by one, the breads emerge, each one unique, each one marked by the fire in its own way.
Grandma Zari tears a piece to test it. It's crisp and charred, the interior soft and fragrant. Perfect.
They taste it together, a moment of shared accomplishment. The bitter and sweet balance perfectly, giving both pleasure and nourishment.
Each char mark is a signature, the tandoor's autograph on every piece. No two are exactly alike.
Not all the breads will be baked in the tandoor. Some will be fried, a different technique that creates...
The oil must reach the perfect temperature, hot enough to seal the bread immediately, but not so hot that it burns.
The dough hits the oil and erupts in a dance of bubbles, the sign that the temperature is perfect. Now the real frying can begin.
The granddaughter prepares the dough portions, rolling them thinner than the tandoor breads. Fried bread must be delicate to cook evenly through.
Each piece is rolled to the same thickness, consistency that comes only from years of practice, from muscle memory developed over countless meals. The heat works its magic. Steam trapped inside the dough expands, creating air pockets. The surface caramelizes, turning golden and crisp.
When the color is perfect, she lifts it from the oil. The excess drips away, leaving only a golden, crispy treasure.
Each fried bread is placed on cloth to absorb the remaining oil. They must be crispy, not greasy, another sign of proper technique.
The fried breads stack up, crispy, golden, fragrant. They're lighter than the tandoor breads, but no less delicious.
Again, the teaching continues. Every batch is a lesson. When to flip, when to remove, how to read.
As the rhythm builds, multiple breads fry at once. The kitchen fills with sound.
2 methods, 1 kitchen. The tandoor and the frying pot work in harmony. Each
While the breads were being made, the milk rice has been simmering patiently. It has thickened beautifully, the rice grains tender.
Grandma Zari tastes it carefully. Her eyes close for a moment. The sweetness...
The consistency test, she lifts the spoon and watches how the pudding falls. It should ribbon smoothly, not too thick, not too thin.
A final touch, ground cardamom. Just a pinch, but it transforms everything.
Grandma Zari serves it carefully. Each bowl receives an equal portion. Fairness and generosity are part of the tradition.
The finished sheer barenge, milk rice. Simple ingredients transformed through time and care into something that warms not just the body, but the soul.
A garnish of crushed nuts, pistachios and almonds, saved from last autumn's harvest.
3 bowls, 3 generations. This dessert will be shared after the meal, a sweet ending to a day of hard work. The granddaughter takes a taste and smiles. It's perfect, just as sweet as the one her grandmother made. In this moment, time collapses. The grandmother sees herself as a young girl, learning these recipes. For a few moments, the work pauses. They sit together, warmed by fire.
Each spoonful is a reward, sweet, creamy, warming from within. This is comfort food in its truest, most ancient form.
Now begins one of the most traditional processes, making kashk. This ancient preservation technique.
First, fresh dew, a fermented yogurt drink, must be gently heated. Not boiled, just warmed enough to...
Grandma Zari stirs constantly, keeping the dew moving. If it sits still, it will scorch.
As it warms, the dough begins to change. The proteins start to coagulate, preparing to separate from the whey.
The cloth bags are prepared, simple cotton, woven by hand in this very village.
Together, they pour the warm dough into the cloth bag. It takes 2 people, one to hold steady, one...
The bag fills and swells, growing heavy with liquid. The cloth becomes translucent, revealing the white...
The bag is tied securely at the top. The knot must be strong. This bag will hang for days as the liquid slowly drains away. The bag is hung from a beam in the coolest part of the house. Below it, a bowl...
Drip, drip, drip. The whey begins its slow journey out of the bag. This process cannot be rushed. It will take a full week.
Grandma Zari looks at the hanging bag with satisfaction. She's done this hundreds of times, but each batch still brings quiet pride.
This bag has been hanging for 6 days. See how it's changed. Flat now, the liquid mostly gone, leaving behind. When ready, the bag is opened. Inside, thick, white kashk. It looks like soft cheese.
The texture is unique, crumbly yet slightly moist, tangy and intensely savory. This is nutrition preserved, flavor concentrated.
The kashk is spread thin on boards and placed in the sun. Even in winter, the weak sunlight is enough.
As it dries, the kashk cracks and forms patterns, each one unique, like ice forming on a... From liquid yogurt to powder, a transformation that takes 2 weeks but creates food that can last 2 years.
As evening approaches, the family gathers for the final task, creating a traditional dessert that combines all the elements they've worked on today.
3 simple ingredients: fresh butter churned this morning, kashk powder made last week, and sweet date.
Grandma Zari begins with the butter. Fresh, pure, golden.
Next comes the kashk powder, tangy, savory, intense. It might seem strange to mix this.
The kashk dissolves slowly into the butter's warmth, creating a flavor that is simultaneously sweet.
Finally, the dates, nature's sweetness, soft and yielding. They're arranged around the edges like jewels in a crown.
This is kashko masto khorma, a dessert that tells the story of these mountains. Butter from the animals.
Grandma Zari looks at what they've created today. Not just food, but culture. Not just sustenance, but memory.
The meal is complete. Hours of work, generations of knowledge, all laid out before. They eat together, breaking bread in the most literal sense. Each bite...
They eat together, breaking bread in the most literal sense. Each bite carries the taste of their labor, their land, their heritage.
There's little conversation. The food speaks for itself. But the silence is comfortable, filled with understanding and shared satisfaction.
The dessert, bitter and sweet, tangy and rich, is the perfect ending. It's not just...
Even the animals are fed. Nothing is wasted here. The scraps and leftovers.
Even the animals are fed. Nothing is wasted here. The scraps and leftovers.
Outside, night falls on the village. The snow continues. But inside each home,
Grandma Zari sits by the fire as it dies to embers. Tomorrow, the work begins again.
This is how traditions survive, hand to hand, heart to heart, generation to generation.
In the mountains of northern Iran, winter is harsh. But within these ancient walls,